As a result of a survey deeming it the ideal place for a new shopping center, the 300,000 square foot Logansport Mall would open in 1968 as North Central Indiana's first enclosed mall. First was JCPenney's, who planned to quadruple the size of their original store downtown that had been destroyed by a fire 2 years prior. A few months later, Sears would sign a lease to build one of their new one-stop shops that included an auto center, separate parking, seasonal sales area, and a warehouse all on site. The mall's H-shaped design was meant to not only ensure that tenants got a full 100% exposure from shoppers, but was planned to easily add on to should expansions be needed.
You're right.
In 1971, the mall held their first and only Battle of Bands event, though they did hold many other concerts through the years, including a Kiss tribute band in 2002. In 1999, the large parking lot was used as a local middle school project. After her students could not grasp how large the Titanic was, 7th grade teacher Jackie Bean got the idea to have 140 students stand 14 feet apart in a large oval to see firsthand the size of the ship.
What am I? This thing's heavy. They're gonna put up a Christmas tree. I forgot.
Troubles at the mall began earlier than many others. Logansport would be foreclosed on in the early 1980s. The mall had fallen into disrepair, and it was noted that buckets lined the concourse from all the roof leaks. But a new owner purchased the mall, made the repairs, and it continued on. Then again, in 1996, a city board meeting was held about the mall, which was sitting at 26% vacancy. They managed to draw in several new large stores and stay afloat until the 2008 recession, which saw many of their tenants close. In fact, the city as a whole would struggle. Since 1960, Logansport's population had been steadily declining, from 21,106 citizens to 18,366 in the 2020 census. Sears would leave in 2013, followed by Staples in 2014. The mall would be foreclosed on in 2015, and some drama arose while the bank tried selling the property.
After a foreclosure, the bank which owns Logansport Mall has been seeking a developer to take over the property. But according to this cease and desist letter, the bank accuses Logansport Mayor Ted Franklin of talking the potential buyer out of the sale. But the city disagrees. A cease and desist letter from the bank's attorney says Chris Berger had agreed to buy the mall, but terminated the agreement the same day he spoke with Franklin. The bank alleges Franklin convinced Berger to not buy the property, all because Franklin had earlier made an offer of his own, as well as suggested the mall could be donated to the city. Logansport City Attorney Randy Head says the accusations aren't true.
Meanwhile, the mall continued to hemorrhage tenants, with GNC and Penny's leaving in 2017. That left only 2 stores remaining in the entire mall. a knife store, and Dunham Sports, which had opened in 1998. In 1999, mall operations manager D.D. Blum read a news piece about a local family that lost everything in a house fire. After learning they had no insurance, she got the idea to offer them a $900 shopping spree at the mall to replace what they lost. But it seems this act of generosity got Dee thinking, as in 2003 she was arrested for embezzling almost $6,000 from the mall's marketing budget. After her arrest, Linda Warner was appointed as the interim manager at the mall. And not to be outdone, in 2009, she was arrested for taking just over $30,000 from the mall. Comically, both arrests came from police officer Rob Sweet, who moonlighted as a security guard at the mall. In both instances, tenants had tipped him off to look into where their cash was going. Back in 1990, the mall was plagued by a series of crimes as well, first with 2 bomb threats being called in the spring, followed by someone stealing hood ornaments and keying cars over the summer.
Quiet space to heal and decompress. Poison to tech. So is it that they just foster, or do they actually?
Well, there's a now showing.
Okay, so you can adopt.
Sleeping. Finally, we come to Santa Claus. Being so dead, we were spotted by the manager almost right away, but unlike many malls who will kick people filming out, they were pretty friendly once we explained we were interested in more than just gawking at a dying mall. In fact, Santa told us about some other old properties to check out nearby.
Logansport State Hospital.
That's simple enough.
Yeah, just look it up.
They used to have their own fire truck and stuff out there,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Is that still out there? It's not, is it?
No,
I didn't
the
think
city
it
comes
was.
out there now.
Okay.
They
They
have
have
their
their
own
own
fire
little
truck.
town out there.
They have their own
It's right on
dairy
the outskirts
farm,
of
and they
town.
have their raise their own beef, have their own chickens. They're very self-sufficient.
They also told us to come back to the property soon, as big things were planned for Logansport. The year after filming, the mall was purchased with plans to turn it into a mixed-use property called The Junction.
Longtime Logansport residents remember the rise and fall of the mall.
It was nice to get it here. We were real excited. We didn't have to go to Lafayette or Kokomo so much anymore, back in the day when it first got here. Then it all kind of dwindled. Now it's practically empty, and it was pretty depressing. It really was.
Logansport Mayor Dave Kitchell calls it the mothership that brought retail and economic development to the east end of the city. And after more than 30 years, the mall is now being repurposed. A Chicago developer has purchased the property. Their goal is to bring a number of new retailers to the mall, and a national hotel brand is taking over the former JCPenney building.
Though Logansport Mall was demolished in 2021, the property will live on as stores continue to move into the Junction. Their first tenant? Dunham's, of course. Get a picture, you have to. Get it, that's...
What do you think, man?
That little elf.
What do you think, buddy?
Spring, early summer. I think that's their goal.
Their goal, okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, of course.
Uh-huh.
He's
Nice
gonna
to meet you.
He's gross.
I got you at the end.
Hey, thanks!